What is going on, guys? It's been a while since I've visited the Retard Report, and I'm your host, Jack Horner. Flip those two around. So, for this edition of Dunkin' on Dave, we're going to dive into his incredibly retarded take on MLK and Black Lives Matter. For this video, he had a guest on, who gives a shit, right here. And not only are we going to talk about Dave specifically, I'm going to try to rebuttal the comments. Because more importantly than fucking, debunking what he says, you got to really understand what his supporters say. So first of all, the video starts out with King talking about how he wants to judge people by the content of their character and not the color of their skin. And how he would never support a movement like Black Lives Matter. Well, first of all, King also said shit like this. And the idea that King, who was arrested so many times for his fight for civil rights and equality, would not support a political movement that acknowledges that that same structural racism he faced in law enforcement in his time has an impact today is simply ridiculous. Yeah, and let's get to the comments, all right? First of all, this guy right here. And then, by the way, these aren't going to be exact quotes, exact comments. What really matters is the kernel of stupid bullshit at the center of the comments. This fuckwit who said, free association is an inalienable right, and fucking integration is violating free association. So wait a minute, you're saying, Dave, that Black Lives Matter violates King's message, but what this guy's saying isn't? He's literally saying what King fought for, which was ending segregation, is unconstitutional and a violation of our inalienable rights. King would be ashamed of where we are today. Yeah, dipshit, because of people like this and this. Biden's willing to say whatever he needs to be president, doesn't have any values, is a total sellout. Yeah, it doesn't apply to anybody else I know. And mainly what I want to get at is the crux of Dave's problem with Black Lives Matter movement, which is identity politics. You know, he always says identity politics is bad. Identity politics is this. Identity politics is that. Well, how many times have you mentioned that you're fucking queer, Dave? And how many times have you mentioned that you're a former liberal, Dave? You know, if you're really against identity politics, would you ever mention that you're gay? And by the way, he uses identity politics in the worst way possible. He uses his identity as a gay man to give a platform to people that would take away his right to be married to another man, which he is. Oh, and hey, don't worry, Dave's laughing about it. He's laughing all the way to the fucking bank and all the way back to his fucking mansion, all right? And I want to end on saying this. You know, I respectfully disagree with Dr. King. You know, when he said violence begets violence, and he who lives by the sword dies by the sword, I fundamentally don't think that's true. You know, we should say this, and I say this as a Christian, okay? Jesus was a pussy, okay? He who lives by the sword dies standing on his feet. He who lives by the sword dies fighting for something he believes in. Now, I would rather take the philosophy of another incredible civil rights activist, Mr. Denzel Washington, he said, we are nonviolent with people who are not violent with us. So that means if you get punched, punch back. If people are fucking violating your rights, stand up. Reuben people, now I know I'm coming off, Reuben supporters, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, I know I'm coming off like an asshole, but I just want you to, I want to let you know that I love you guys, and I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I'm ready for a dialogue. No, I'm just fucking with you guys. Fuck you with a 10-foot dildo, fuck Dave Rubin, and I'm going to go fuck myself. Thanks for watching, guys.